He strangled his wife and 2 sons while they slept, painted the walls, and then drove to the gym. His alibi was perfect, except for one thing. He called police from the bridge 5 minutes from home and asked them to go in without him. Stick around until the end because the full story takes 2 years, 40 witnesses, and some of the most detailed forensic work Illinois has ever seen to uncover what really happened that morning. If you enjoy true crime that dives deep into the evidence, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a case. Just before 7 a.m. on May 5th, 2009, Chris Coleman called his neighbor, Sergeant Barlow, and asked for a welfare check on his wife and 2 sons. He said he had been at the gym and Sherry was not answering. Barlow went to the white 2-story house, knocked, and got no response. Around the side, he spotted a basement window open with its screen removed. He called for backup and entered. Inside, he found Sherry in the master bedroom. Garrett lay in his bed. Gavin was in the 3rd bedroom. All 3 had been strangled. Nothing was taken or disturbed except for red spray paint on the walls. Sherry Ann Weiss was born in Berwyn, Illinois in July 1977. She joined the Air Force as a teenager and met Chris during K-9 training in 1997. They married that August. Their first son, Garrett, was born in 1998, and Gavin arrived 2 years later. The family moved to Columbia, Illinois, a quiet farming town across the Mississippi from St. Louis. The boys played football for the Columbia Blue Jays. They were polite and well-behaved. Sherry stayed home and cared for them. She was the heart of the household. From the outside, the Coleman family looked like the picture of stability and success. Chris left the military and became Joyce Meyer's personal bodyguard and head of security at her massive evangelical ministry. He earned $100,000 a year, but the job required a clean image of a faithful family man. In November 2008, threatening messages arrived via email and letters. One said, "I will kill them all as they sleep." Chris reported every threat to Columbia police, asking for extra patrols. Detective Barlow installed a security camera pointing at the street. The police responded seriously. That was exactly what Chris needed them to do. He was building a record of victimhood. By autumn 2008, Sherry felt Chris growing distant. He came home less and was distracted. She told friends she suspected an affair. On the evening of May 4th, the boys should have been at their friend Brandon's house, a yearly tradition tied to their birthdays. But Garrett told Brandon's mother they could not come because his father said no. If the boys had gone, they would have survived. Chris canceled the one arrangement that would have kept them out of that house. That night, they stayed home, ate dinner, and watched television. Sherry put them to bed. Chris claimed he and Sherry fell asleep together. At 5:43 a.m., he left for the gym, captured on Barlow's camera. He called and texted Sherry throughout his workout, but she never answered. At 6:43 while driving home, he called Barlow and asked the detective to check on his family before Chris arrived. He was only 5 minutes from his own door, but wanted someone else to go in first. Barlow entered and found the bodies. When Chris arrived, a chaplain told him his family was dead. He collapsed sobbing, but then started punching the gurney, apparently trying to explain red marks on his knuckles. Barlow's security camera had recorded the house all night. Not one unfamiliar car or person appeared. Only Chris's vehicle left at 5:43. The pathologist, Dr. Michael Baden, placed the time of death between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., when Chris was still inside the home. His phone records showed he took a long detour on his way back from the gym, driving along Interstate 255 near the bridge. Investigators searched that area for anything discarded, but found nothing. The timeline was airtight. No intruder came or went. The murders happened while Chris was present, and the camera proved it. Computer expert Kenneth Widowitz traced the threatening emails to an IP address that belonged to Chris's own laptop. The account, destroy_chris@gmail.com, had been set up using his details. Widowitz also noticed a consistent spelling error. The word opportunities appeared as opportunities in every email. The same misspelling appeared in documents already saved on Chris's machine. Professor Marcus Rogers confirmed the findings independently. Chris had written every threat himself. He had spent months sending messages to his employer and himself, carefully manufacturing a fictional enemy while reporting everything to police. Officer Carla Hine examined Chris's financial records and found a purchase from February 9th, 2009, 3 months before the murders. At a hardware store, he bought a can of apple red Rust-Oleum spray paint and put it on his account. That was the same brand, color, and formula found on the walls of his family's home. He had not bought it in haste. He bought it early and kept it for 90 days while going about his normal life. A forensic document examiner compared the painted letters to Chris's handwriting and found clear similarities, though spray paint differs from pen on paper. Investigators asked Chris about a woman named Tara Lintz in Florida. He said she was just a friend, but Tara told police the relationship had been serious since autumn 2008. They had exchanged promise rings and discussed marriage. A document on Chris's laptop, dated November 5th, 2008, said Tara had changed his life. 9 days later, the first threat was sent. Tara had given him a deadline, divorce papers by May 4th or 5th, 2009. She was waiting for confirmation. Instead, police called. Chris could not keep his job, leave his wife, and continue the affair. So he removed the obstacle. Chris was arrested on May 19, 2009. His trial began in April 2011. Tara testified, still wearing her promise ring. Joyce Meyer testified via video that an affair would have cost him his job. The jury deliberated 15 hours. Photos of Chris and Tara from October 2008 proved the affair started earlier than the defense claimed. On May 5, 2011, exactly 2 years after the murders, the jury returned guilty verdicts on all 3 counts. He received 3 consecutive life sentences without parole. His appeal failed. He remains in Wisconsin. Sherry, Garrett, and Gavin are buried near her family in Chicago.